Welcome to Downtime in the Apocalypse, a podcast where Ted talks and Kevin listens. I'm Ted.
And I'm Kevin.
Listeners, we have many things to talk about today, most of which involve nothing of any importance. However, I first must show Kevin a video.
Okay, Ted, let's see the video.
Okay, so anyways, welcome to Downtime Apocalypse, a podcast where Ted talks and Kevin listens, for any of you who cannot speak like that.
Yeah, which is most of you.
Including me.
Yeah.
So anyways, Kevin, we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects initially.
Okay.
Alex Jones.
Oh, I see. All right. I was not expecting this, but okay.
He released a video on his YouTube service. I can't call it even like a video platform because it's like half ads for him.
So the Alex Jones platform, you could say.
Yeah, it's called Ban.video.
Ah.
Ironically, there are quite a few things banned from it.
That is ironic. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like dear God, what was it? I forget who made it, but they're trying to make a new social media platform. I think they're calling it Frank. And it's without all the, not them, but some guy, without all the, liberals cancel culture.
Yeah.
But they also ban swearing and blasphemy.
Oh, so not really.
Yeah, so it's just different type of censorship.
Yeah, that's fair enough, I guess.
I'm like, okay, guys. This isn't better, it's just different.
Well, Ted, okay, so hear me out. At least there's a platform for that.
Yeah, alright. So anyways, this is a 5-minute video, so we're going to pause right here. Kevin did not know I was going to do this.
No, I did not.
Make him watch this, and then give his hot take on this.
Okay, we'll be right back after these messages from Alex Jones.
And we're back.
Yeah.
We have talked basically not at all about this. So, Kevin, what did I just make you watch?
Okay, so you made me watch Alex Jones and his posse. I guess posse would be the correct word.
That's a good term for it.
Stop a van filled with I would guess children, all that were trying to go somewhere, and then he just kind of I don't know what the term would be, just sidetracked them, I guess. So they went back into the church.
Yes. So from my
he's claiming a lot of things.
Yeah. So it starts with someone discussing how there's a smuggling operation of children into the United States where they're screened for COVID, and then given money and shipped to airports to be put in the city of their choice.
Yeah.
But then that never comes up again.
No. Why would it?
So the two main concerns that they seem to have is, one, these kids are not wearing seatbelts.
Which they aren't, to be fair to them.
No. And number two, they're being smuggled into child sex rings.
I mean, okay, so here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. There's a escalation of words. Because here's the thing. Like, this is the same kind of thing that I don't know, extreme like Antifa people will do or whatever. Just like when they're cornering somebody, is that they'll start saying things like, "What are you doing?" Like, they'll try to start like a conversation, and then they'll escalate immediately to, "You're Nazis. These people are Nazis. They're killing children outside of the Chick-fil-A. These people are killing children," and like it goes from there. So same kind of thing, but Alex Jones flavored.
Yes. Now,
which, by the way, that nutritional thing you tried to sell at the end.
Yeah. So by the way, okay. So two things. One, it ends with a large commercial about his vitamins. And number two, like, he tried to pitch this as him saving the children, like, he gets it from the car so the guy can't drive away.
Yeah.
But
he makes like a thing where like the car isn't actually even moving forward.
It's parked.
It's parked, but he makes like a thing where he goes to the front of it and he like squats down like he's actually like he's the Hulk and he's physically stopping the car from moving forward by like that. That itself to me is pretty amazing.
Yeah. Now, also, here's the thing though.
Yeah.
If I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and he's trying to stop these kids from being put into sex rings.
Yeah.
They just bring them back inside the church they just came out of.
Yeah, they do.
Like, nothing happens.
Well, I mean, they don't go to the city of their choice at that point, I guess.
Yeah, they go tomorrow.
Yeah. Or, like, well, okay. So here, no, okay,
Like,
all
he
right, all
doesn't
right, all
do
right.
anything other than delay anything
No,
that's happening.
I mean, okay. So what is the point of the video though? To bring awareness of this and also to sell some mineral water. So,
It's
so
definitely the latter, mostly. Like,
there is like a certain aspect of the same thing with like you remember that show back on like the Discovery Channel where they would go to like people that were like doing whaling and stuff like that, like killing whales or whatever. What did they do? They didn't actually.
I
Okay,
don't know. I don't ever
well,
watch that
I'll
show.
tell you. I'll tell you. This is what they did. They went out to like whaling ships and then they like started yelling at them and did the same thing Alex Jones did, and then they just continued like killing whales and dolphins or whatever, and then yeah, and then they just went back on their merry way, and they're going like, yeah, we really did something today. We really stopped them from killing all those whales and dolphins by mildly inconveniencing them today. Well, another good job for us. Pat on the back. Like it's getting tones of that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so
I have to watch this now.
yeah,
You know
it
what that was called?
I think it was I forget. You could just like look it up. They did like a South Park episode on it where they just like made fun of them terribly.
I might just skip the actual show and just go straight to the South Park
Just
episode.
go for the straight South Park episode. I much prefer it instead of watching the show. It's like that reality TV show drama stuff that I hate.
Oh,
It's
God.
yeah, so I didn't want to watch that. I just watched the South Park one. So seemed much more informative.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's this week in Alex Jones.
Yeah.
So, besides that, Kevin, how are you?
It was pretty good till now. Yeah, you know what? Pretty good there, Ted. Had a wonderful kind of hiatus since we last recorded there.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. What have you been up to, Kevin?
Well, we've been playing D&D together as well as like Fate and a bunch of other things there.
Yes, our campaigns have continued.
Yes, they have, and they continued in such a way where statistically, I'm impressed by you, Ted.
Oh,
I'm impressed by you
Oh.
and your natural ability to roll ones like the best man
4
ever.
times in a row.
4 times in a row. Which I remember you saying was like 1 out of like 100,000 or something,
It's something
like that.
close to that.
Yeah, something up there. So I have to commend you on that, and then also Adam rolling ones as well.
Yeah, there was, I want to say 6 nat ones rolled in a row.
Yeah, and yeah, you almost just died, or a couple of you guys almost just died, really. But you know, it was very interesting.
Yeah, well, let's do this. 20 to the 6th power.
Yep.
Oh.
Not that impressive.
Way more impressive.
Oh, okay. So, what we got?
1 out of 64 million.
Oh, well, nicely done, sir. I could get better odds than Keanu. Good on you, sir. Good on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Berserker axe was a great investment.
Yeah, one of our guys got Kurt's Berserker axe, and it seems that it's not Kevin's, but the Berserker axe itself's goal is to kill my character.
Yeah.
I have made a backup character just in case.
Yep.
If I die, I'm playing my character's older brother here to finish his beloved younger brother's work.
Oh, that's a great idea. I like that a lot. Okay.
He'll also be the ranger with the wyvern stuff, so when it's older, he can be a bow guy with a wyvern riding.
Nice. I like that a lot. That's really good.
Thematic as fuck, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, other than that, having a great time. This whole entire week I didn't have like any work or anything, so I've just been kind of lazing around and playing some video games and such.
A lot of people didn't have work today. This week. I mean, it was
April vacation.
Yeah, April vacation. So, like, I saw my friend Emma since she had the week off.
Nice.
Yeah, went over their place, saw the variety of animals they now have, including 2 giant cats.
Oh, nice. I like that.
One of which I met when he was a kid, and his name's Garbage.
Okay.
And the other one, who is just super floofy and super fat.
Super floofy fat?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's also great because he has, like, extra fur around his already large middle section.
Oh, nice. So it's like extra padding?
Yes.
Okay.
Whose name is Yutney.
Oh, Yutney?
Yutney.
I like that. All right, that's great. Oh, so speaking in general of, just like animals and other such things here, I did play a game recently that I wanted to bring up. Have you heard of Balan Wonderworld?
No.
Okay. So, Ted, imagine Mario Odyssey, the game where you throw a hat and you turn into things,
Yes.
but done super poorly.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I've got to bring that over. I gave it to my friend as a joke gift. So, as you do.
As you do.
Yeah, we played it together for like half an hour, and it was the most agonizing experience we've had in that half an hour.
Hmm.
Yeah. If you haven't heard of Balan Wonderworld, don't buy it. First off, second off, it is the weirdest and least fun game I have ever played.
Yeah, I haven't played any game like that. I'm still playing Stellaris since they came out with the Espionage and Become the Crisis and Wipe Out the Galaxy
I thought you were gonna
expansion.
say Become the Christ for a second there.
No, that'd be amazing. Yes. Speaking of Christ,
Yeah. Okay.
Kevin, in my ongoing series on asking you the weirdest question I was asked at work since last time we spoke.
Oh, that is an ongoing series, even though this is only the second time
Yes.
it's happened. Okay. Yes, go on.
Okay.
Speaking of Christ.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you ready for this, Kevin?
No. But
All
yes,
right.
go on.
So here's it is. Do you think Jesus would be angry that the four guys he really knew as friends couldn't agree on one autobiography or biography? It's not nearly as bad as the other ones. This is literally the weirdest one I got all week, and it was not that weird.
I would like to. Okay, so like, let's just like include me for a second here, Ted, and three other dudes that you know kind of well. So let's go on with that. We couldn't decide like on a biography for you. Would you not be kind of pissed?
Yeah, I would. I would be. I would assume like
We
I'm
couldn't
just
even collaborate. We had just
yeah.
four separate ideas about you.
Yeah, well, like, and obviously, I've known you for a while. I'm assuming
Yeah.
you need someone, maybe two people from I knew since I was younger,
Yeah, yeah.
and probably one person that's known me just as long as you. And I'm pretty sure between just four of guys, they could pretty much get my life within like 90% accuracy.
Yeah, like you at Jesus' age.
Yeah, so I got another 5 years.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, like we couldn't like tack that down, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like there wouldn't be that much disagreement.
yeah, but what if there is though?
I don't know what there would be disagreement about.
Just interpretations of you, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, some people thought something you said was kind of more important than the other thing, so here we are. Mm.
Yeah. Also,
I really rely heavily on your Jewish ancestry. Put a lot of emphasis on that.
Yeah. What was the other thing? This isn't a question, but after talking to someone at work, because I had to make a lot of phone calls for work, and a lot of them are just more or less pleasant calls,
Yeah.
and most of them are just kind of, "Hey, how's it going? Good. Hey, I don't really want to chat right now, but thanks for checking up." And then occasionally they're, decent conversations, and sometimes they are way too in depth for my comfort.
Ah, okay.
And not in ways I like.
All right, that's good.
No, not in like awful ways either. But this is the weirdest one. A person I know quite well at this point.
Yeah.
Made me swear to her.
Okay.
That I would have something done about my root chakra.
Okay. Can you explain to me what a root chakra is?
Only vaguely, and I'm not gonna lie. My understanding of chakras is greatly influenced by media.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay. Really, 3 sources.
Okay. Tell me your 3 sources. I want the Wikipedia articles here.
Naruto, of course.
Naruto, yeah.
Probably, if we're talking about any kind of Eastern thing with symbolism,
yeah,
the best show to ever have done it, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, yes, you're right.
I don't think anyone really argues. It's pretty much, if you're looking for like good cultural symbolism in new and interesting ways,
yeah,
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah,
pretty much the top of the iceberg there.
I would agree with you on that.
Yeah, and now this is where it gets wildly different. Dungeons and Dragons 3rd Edition Magic of Incarnum.
Ah. So what do those 3 things tell you about your root chakra, Ted?
This combined with the person I talked to,
yeah,
she insisted that I was filled with anxiety and fear because something is wrong with my root chakra, possibly caused by a car accident when I was 18.
Oh, so okay, so,
I do actually have some chronic pain there, So
Okay,
it does make sense. But she was
that's convenient
she
though.
asked me if before that if I had like bad anxiety. The answer is no, and she said that makes sense. You need to get your root chakra looked at.
Wait, you said no.
I did not have bad anxiety until before that. I'm sorry, until
Oh,
after that.
oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, I thought you meant that I don't have anxiety. Oh, that makes sense. You have something wrong with your root
No,
chakras.
no,
Like
no,
I
no.
thought that's what you're saying.
No, it's like, oh no, when did you develop anxiety? Like 19. Were you in like a car crash? Yeah. Did it hurt your lower back? Actually, yeah, it's okay. Hurts. Root chakra. I swear to me, you'll get that looked at.
Who do you get to look at that for you
Our
though?
friend Andrew is a like level 3 Reiki guy.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, you gonna have him look at your back?
yeah.
Okay. You go down to Boston for that treatment?
I don't
Is
know.
that covered?
We'll figure it out.
How much Andrew charging you, man?
We worked something out.
Was it as much liquor as he could drink while he checks your back?
No. Actually, it involved. It was similar. The original plan was to go to that wine bar where,
Oh,
in Higgins Armory, and me to buy him and his girlfriend a flight of wine
oh, you know what?
in
That's
exchange for Reiki for me and not Hillary. Me and Katie.
okay. You know what? That'd be nice. All right, yeah, that's
And
equal.
fun fact: that place is not open late on Saturdays.
Ah, you discovered that recently?
Yes.
Ah, understood.
In their defense, that's when they do private occasions.
Yeah, oh yeah, that makes sense. I
Yeah,
guess.
so I can't really blame them. Crap, what was that place called even?
I have no idea. I've never gone there.
Yeah, which is strange because the owner knows you.
Yeah, no, I
He
know.
actually had nothing but good things to say to you about you.
Also, kind of surprising me.
Yeah, he thought you were, and I quote, a quiet and good moral man.
Oh God, I hope he never listens to this. Uh, that would just blow that right out of the water. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So on that note,
Want to talk about Naruto for a second?
sure.
Just for a second. I watched something recently. It's like this other podcast. They do like a stream as well,
Okay.
and they were talking about like Sakura and how she is like the worst ever. So yeah.
I'm not going to argue that much. I always thought of her as kind of.
Well, what's her driving motivation to do anything? And I remember them saying, and I quote, that Uchiha dick. A whiff of that Uchiha dick is her biggest motivation to do anything.
I mean, I'm not going to argue, but if we're talking about whether or not sex is a drive in anime,
Well, no, okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
That's not really narrowing it down much. It's just normally not a female
Well,
who's a main character.
who's a main character? Yes.
Unless you're,
Yeah.
yeah, let's say maybe that woman from Cowboy Bebop, but no, that's money.
Yeah, it's more money than anything. It's
Which I
what.
feel like it's most everyone but Spike's motivation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right, actually. And you know what? I can totally understand that. Those characters themselves remind me of that game that we made characters in. The ultra liberal, not liberal. What's that term? Libertarian one.
Oh, Traveler.
Yeah, it reminds me of just like characters from Traveler.
You can 100% do Cowboy Bebop
in
Traveler
yeah.
with basically it's like nope, we're reskinning this. You're now doing Cowboy Bebop. Have fun. Same rules. Go.
Yeah, I mean, that reminds me of that completely. I wouldn't mind if they made some like Cowboy Bebop characters in that. That'd be fun, honestly.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
So speaking of things we've done, I actually watched some old anime this week.
Ooh, what'd you watch, friend?
An old favorite, Trinity Blood.
Okay, how do you like Trinity Blood?
Oh, I love it, but it happens to hit all like my aesthetics.
Okay. Is it just like what's the aesthetics that it hits there for you?
Post-apocalyptic Vatican.
Okay.
And I like vampires.
Okay. I'm kind of tired of vampires a little bit.
You can, but this was very much me and a buddy of mine being nostalgic and watching an anime from my younger days.
Okay, right. Just sort of like rewatching, going back.
Yeah, it started with us watching a new Team 4-Star video.
Oh, they have a new one out,
Yeah,
huh?
it's called Cell in Hell.
Oh, yes, I've seen that. Okay.
Yeah. Home for Infinite Losers. And then Hellsing Abridged was on like the suggested video, so I just clicked that.
Yeah, and then you get into a rabbit hole.
And then it's like, and then we start going through his videos, like I got Trinity Blood.
Have you ever seen like Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged?
Oh, absolutely.
Here's the one thing I love about Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged is that they're not that they will not stop and can't stop making fun of Naruto Abridged forever and ever.
Yep.
So yeah, I've got the voice of an old smoker. I'm sorry, don't believe it. It's like
Oh God.
it's just great how much they don't care.
Yeah. Oh man. So the guy who made it, Little Karibo,
Yeah,
his accounts used to keep getting canceled on YouTube.
yeah,
So he would just make new ones.
yeah.
So it'd be like Micro Karibo, like every possible
Full iteration of
synonym for
Karibo.
little
Yeah,
was played by this one guy.
I love that a lot. That's
Yeah.
great.
Oh man, that was good. Actually, have you watched Sword Art Online Abridged?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, Sword Art Online Abridged. Better than Sword Art Online, and weirdly has a more impactful plot.
Yeah, yeah,
Like they make a lot of like it's way funnier. Don't get me wrong, but there are just flat out plot improvements in that.
yeah. It wouldn't take much.
No, but it's definitely like way better.
You know what actually is another thing too. Solo Leveling is a anime that has like a very similar idea behind it, and also so much better. If you want to check out like a Sword Art Online kind of idea where the main character gets like progressively stronger over time and it's actually interesting and fun to watch, then I would do Solo Leveling is one of the better ones I've read.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. You know what really bugs me though?
What?
So the whole like isekai phenomena is normally put as a Sword Art Online sort of clone.
Oh, that's not Isekai though, right?
Sword Art Online, you get stuck in another video game.
I assume like here's what I think about like isekai. I assume that's more your like soul. You die.
Oh, okay, so it has to be another world. It literally has to
Yeah,
be another world. Okay, because
that's what I assume isekai is. I think that one is just like dot hack.
yeah, well that's it though. I feel like all of it goes to dot hack,
Right, which
which
is not them like getting stuck. Well, getting stuck in like another
yeah,
world,
but it's a
but
video game. Also, can I say I loved the fuck out of dot hack when I was younger?
I liked it a lot too. I don't think it's aged quite as well as I would
Oh
think.
God, no.
Yeah. So
Uh,
yeah,
man, I read all the sub series and they were
yeah,
stupid
yeah.
sub series.
Well, yeah,
Like they
yeah,
were really stupid,
yeah,
and I loved them. I ate them up.
yeah, yeah.
At the same time, I was reading all the Trinity Bloodlight novels.
Well, how are those?
Actually, really good because there's just some details you get in those that aren't in the manga or anime.
Oh, okay, right,
Like, for example, the main character speaks, kind of, just like Rusnago to
right.
80%. But when he does that, he's speaking English, and it's been over 1,000 years, so everyone else like languages have shifted.
Oh,
So
okay.
to them, he's basically speaking what Latin is to us.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and then like he starts sprouting wings of blood and shit.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that
Yeah,
a lot.
which is just a little detail that is never once brought up in the show, but is mentioned in the books where it's like, no one has any idea what I'm saying when I do this, unless they're like a super scholar, and even then, if they know that, it's like, what the hell is he saying in the
Right.
dead tongue? Oh
Yes.
God!
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I like that a lot. That sort of reminds me of I've been watching a couple of these compilations on YouTube, but English in anime.
Oh God!
Yeah, and one of my favorites is "Oh my God," and that's just one of the ones they repeat on just forever, basically.
Yeah,
It's great.
I'm always surprised when they're just flat out Americans in anime.
Yeah, it's great. I love
Yeah,
it.
like I think All Might's an American, for example. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Speaking of Trinity Blood, Abel is just American.
American.
He is
Yeah.
it's like, what was his rank? I was literally a lieutenant colonel in the United States.
Army.
Yeah, it's like
So yeah, I mean, I kind of love it when it's like that. It's really great.
yeah,
Yeah, you get your Alabama slams and whatever.
yeah. Or though I must admit, the undertones on whenever they're trying to represent Europeans is never subtle in Japan.
No.
Okay, how do you know European? They're blonde.
And usually sometimes that blonde just goes to pure white hair for some
Yeah.
reason. Yeah. Yeah. Reminds me of like Ruby a little bit. So, oh, who's the evil man in this Ruby series? Oh, it's the white-haired dude. That makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. European, cares only about business. Does he have slaves? Kind of. Colonel Sanders, but he has cat girls. I don't know if I'd buy more fried chicken from that, but here we are.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so I was in Belgium. There was a DFC Dutch fried chicken.
Okay, you know what? I'm suable, but I like
It
that. All
was
right.
just really. I always laughed when I walked past that. It's like, oh, that's great.
You know what I love about Japan too is that they have that Christmas tradition of just like eating KFC.
Yes, which, from what I understand, was an excellent marketing
Oh,
campaign
that's
by
super
KFC.
smart. Super smart.
Where you have to book your bucket in advance.
Yeah, dude. You know what? That is more love for KFC than in this country where it came from, or even Kentucky, I imagine.
Yeah, I know. I don't think anywhere gets that much love. Okay, have you ever been to like one of the weird like grandfathered in KFCs?
Oh yeah. Are you talking about the ones with like Taco Bell in them, or?
No, no, no. I mean like the old ones that have like buffets.
Oh no, I've never seen
Yeah,
those.
so there are a few still left that made some like very early agreement when they first started franchising.
Right, that they could have a buffet.
They're just radically different. Like they have the rights to the name and some of the recipes,
Oh, okay.
but they're just so freaking different. I've been to one and it was this hole in the wall basement like buffet, but it was definitely KFC chicken.
That's really interesting. That's like a Golden Corral sort of kind of situation.
It was way dirtier than a Golden Corral.
Ah, okay, good.
I want to point out, like, it was definitely KFC food. It was also definitely converted from a basement. Like,
Ah, good.
it was not a good place to be.
I would eat those biscuits.
Oh, I ate the fuck out of those biscuits.
Yeah. I You know what it reminds me of is just like okay, so pre apocalypse,
Mm-hmm.
right? How often would you ever go to like a buffet? Like I used to go to like Imperial Buffet like quite a bit.
About once a month.
Once a month. Okay.
When I was younger, it was about once a week.
Yeah, when I was younger, that was the same thing for me too. When I was younger, my dad just always took me there for some. Well, it's like a you just stuff your mouth full.
Yeah, my grandmother and I used to make a weekly trip to a Chinese buffet.
Yeah, and now post apocalypse, how often would you say that people would consider going to a buffet like now?
I haven't seen a buffet in like a year and a half.
I know there's still one in Shrewsbury. I know that one.
That's open?
I think it's open. It says like a sign that says open, so I assume it
Huh.
is right by the Hooters.
I think I'm thinking of a very different buffet then.
Okay, like
I now know what you're talking about,
yeah,
but it was not the one I was thinking about.
I mean, yeah, yeah. You're thinking more of the one that's after like Park Ave.
Yes,
Okay, that one. I don't know if that one's open. I've got no clue.
but
I know that Asian supermarket's over there though.
yeah, man, that is okay, Kevin. Right now, would
Hmm.
you? I know your stomach's upset, so let's say like next week, would you go to a buffet?
Man, it it depends on like what buffet it is though, right?
Would you go to that one?
Oh God, I really want it. Yeah, yeah, I would.
Yeah. So I am fully vaccinated, immune to vampirism and zombies, so I have no real like problem going to buffets.
I'm also fully vaccinated as well.
Oh, then what the hell are you worried about?
So the main thing I'm worried about is mainly just
Vampires?
well, vampires in general, always. You know how I dislike them. So my main thing is that if I was to go to a buffet, I wouldn't go alone.
Well, no, I'm saying like you and I would go. We're not going alone to a buffet.
Okay, I was thinking more of a situation where I'm going with like another family member or something.
You,
Who
you
isn't.
and your brother.
No, he's not fully there yet either, though. But yeah, I'd risk
Do you think
him.
that would stop him?
No,
Yeah.
no. He's actually more sensitive about this than you think, though.
Really?
Yeah, considering he has like two like babies and everything.
Huh. He does not express it.
Yeah.
I like how Kevin like laughed at that, and I just said that not as a joke, but just a statement.
It's a statement. Yeah. I mean, here we are.
Kevin, in my eyes, are green. Justin does not express that he's concerned.
Let's get off of this. Um, have you tried any food recently, my friend?
So actually, I tried a few things last couple weeks.
Oh.
So today, I was staying over a friend of mine's house the last couple nights.
Yeah.
We 3D printed some minis, watched some anime, that sort of thing. But when I left, I realized I hadn't really ate much, and I had a little bit of time, so I stopped at Uno's of all places.
That I have not gone to Uno's in like 20 years. I don't even remember what an Uno's is like.
This is the second time I think I've been to one in my life.
Wow. Okay. I've been to Applebee's more than I've been to Uno's.
So the same plaza has both.
Oh, you talking about
The Stur-
Blackstone?
no, the Sturbridge, not
Oh,
yeah, the Sturbridge Walmart.
oh, yes. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I know what you're
the
talking about.
literally I picked. I did not have a strong preference one way or the other,
Yeah,
but Uno seemed to have less people in the parking lot, and I didn't want to be late for this.
that's fair. Okay.
But they apparently had some sort of pizza contest, and you got to make one, like order one,
Oh, like order
like their
like.
winners.
Oh, okay.
So I had a deep dish goat cheese, spinach, and caramelized onion pizza.
That sounds really good.
It was delicious.
It's just like what we were talking about last Friday, basically about the goat cheese.
Yes, exactly.
And,
And
and by the way, now that I think about it, I would put literally goat cheese on almost anything.
yeah, same. It, I'm not picky when it comes to my goat cheese.
Hear that, viewers? Not picky about his goat cheese. What does that say about the man? Oh, there you go, Jerry.
Goat cheese is excellent.
It's really good. You could put that on like a grilled cheese, and I'd think like, yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, man, I forgot what it was with, but I was in Amsterdam and I had like a goat cheese and something else like sandwich.
Oh yeah, you told me
And it was
about
one of
this.
the best ever. To the
Yeah.
point where when a friend of mine visited me, and brought her to Amsterdam, I literally brought her to that same place with the sandwiches.
Oh, God, yeah. I so what I've been doing is I've been going a lot to restaurants I haven't gone to
Mhm.
before, like Joey's. It's what do you think? You know where Nancy Chang's is?
Yes.
Okay, it's right over by like where Joey's is. It's on
Okay.
like the same kind of street, like like Vegan Hunt or like the
Loving Hut. Yeah, I
Loving
know
Hut.
the street.
Yeah, it's
I
like
spent many a night at Nancy Chang's and the Loving Hut.
yeah, me too.
Isn't that also New Cafe Street?
Yes, I think it's the new Cafe Street as
Yeah,
well.
or New Kitchen now.
Yeah, but either way, I went there for the first time, and I've just been trying like cocktails at different places and everything. Got one there. It's like a pineapple mango habanero, not habanero, jalapeno drink. Pretty dang good. Also got the bang bang cauliflower.
Bang, bang, bang goes the cauliflower.
which was really nice. I liked it a lot.
Hmm.
It was I'm liking cauliflower a lot more than I ever would have liked before.
Cauliflower is very good.
I like it fried.
Yeah.
Which kind of defeats the purpose of eating it. But I like it fried.
I like it like roasted to the point where it's blackened.
Yeah, I could do that. I'd like to have it with like a sauce. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Generally, if you're ever like mad on a vegetable,
Yeah.
try it blackened, like roasted.
Oh yeah, then that will kind of like maybe change your
Put
opinion.
some Old Bay seasoning on it, maybe.
Oh yeah, Old Bay. Old Bay's good, man.
It's hard to beat Old Bay.
It's hard to beat Old Bay. That's true. Speaking of vegetables, there, how'd you like that asparagus wine?
Oh yeah, so my friend Sean decided to bring over a large amount of wine to our latest fate session.
Yeah, and I brought over ice cream, which nobody had.
Yeah, I think it's still in my basement, my fridge.
Yeah, that's fine. It's yours now.
Okay, and
Enjoy.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah. Enjoy.
And sorry, Kevin, I understand the ice cream was a nice gift, but asparagus wine definitely steals the show.
It does steal the show. You know what? I wasn't expecting it.
Neither was I.
Yeah. So, you know what?
Okay,
Fine.
so he brought 4 wines. One was just a generic red and was pretty bad.
It was okay for a red. It was fine.
Yeah. One was asparagus, which was a dry white, and it was not brewed with asparagus. Very clearly, they made wine and then put asparagus in it.
Which, yeah, I'm kind of disappointed.
Me too. Look, even if it was disgusting,
I would at least want to try it.
yeah,
Something
exactly. I wanted it to be made from asparagus.
Yeah.
Not here's wine. We put asparagus zest into it.
Yeah. That's sort of like seeing someone say like, "Oh, it's lemon wine. We just put a lemon wedge in it. It's still white wine."
That's it, though. That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer like you did something weird and made like a wine out of lemons. I would have preferred that. I would have probably tasted bad, but I would have preferred trying it.
I would have tried that.
Yeah, I would try that all day.
Let's see. Well, there was a strawberry was it
Rhubarb. Strawberry rhubarb.
Yeah, rhubarb, which was that awful?
It was awful to you.
Me, yeah.
You hated it. Everyone else found it like palatable.
Yeah. And there was one more, and it was made. I think it was just mixed with like cranberry juice, but it was a cranberry wine.
Yeah, it's the ones you always find in like the stores in like Massachusetts, basically. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
It was really good. I liked it a lot. I like their blueberry too, which is always pretty good. They make some good wines.
Yeah. So that was the weirdest wines we had.
Yeah, those were the weirdest wines. And I think that's mostly food, unless you can think of anything different there, friend.
No, honestly, I can't think of anything. Every time I do, I just think literally of nothing but the last BoJack Horseman episode I watched, where they went to Cinnabunny,
Oh God. Okay.
and
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if their cinnamon rolls are bunny shaped.
I would love to have that. That how would that work?
You'd, you'd
Just
you'd make a normal cinnamon roll and then
yeah.
put like ears and like put like little
Okay.
eyes to make the nose and eyes.
Would so here's my thing with like if you make something that's like cute
Mm.
and make it as like food that you're supposed to eat, do you like it because it's cute or do you like it because it's good?
Both.
Right. Okay.
You can like it for both.
All right. I'm just kind of like isn't it a little odd just to go and like say like I want to eat that it's bunny shaped?
I mean, I would not.
Not like the thought process is a
Yeah,
little odd to
yeah,
me.
that's a bit odd. Um, yeah, all I can think of is I used to go to a bar where I would normally get coffee, and he would regularly, when I got a cappuccino, would regularly do like art in it.
Yeah.
So he'd do like a Disco Man and a Pac Man and everything.
Yeah, that adds to it.
Yeah, and I could definitely say I ordered twice as much coffee because of that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the aesthetics of it just sort of like was appealing, I suppose.
Yeah, well, also it was amusing every time.
Yeah. Okay. There, that too. Um.
Yeah.
So going from there, Ted. We talked about our weeks, talked about food and stuff. What did we watch today, Ted?
Uh, well, Bill,
Oh yeah.
we watched a most excellent adventure,
Yeah. And you know what? Be excellent to each other and party on, dude.
which I keep wanting to say, and party on, Wayne.
And party. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah.
So we watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Who wore it best, by the way? Wayne's World with Garth and Wayne, or Bill and Ted?
I feel like I'm biased because I've seen Wayne World when I was younger.
I love Wayne's World too.
So, but if I'm trying not to be, probably Bill and Ted.
They okay.
I
Just
feel like it's less forced.
less force than Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. All right, that's fair.
But Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, a movie I have seen bits and pieces of because a ex of mine now really wanted me to watch it, and then we kept getting distracted, and basically I didn't pay attention to the movie at all.
Yeah.
To the point where I like legitimately did not know what the beginning was at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, that's fair.
I only knew half of the middle.
Yeah. And you know what? Very good movie.
It was, yeah, spoiler alert, it was an excellent movie.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So it starts with Bill and Ted, two teenagers,
Yes.
one of which, Ted, right, is played by Keanu Reeves.
Ted is played by Keanu Reeves. Yes.
Yes, which was a little bit surprising.
Yeah. I mean, what like just seeing Keanu Reeves there, or what do you
Yeah,
mean?
well, honestly, right now he's John Wick in my brain.
Oh, okay. Before that, though, he was the Matrix Man.
Yeah, that wouldn't make it much better.
Oh, and before that, he was Bill and Ted,
Yeah, which
or Ted.
yeah, which is an interesting acting change, but I'm glad he wasn't typecasted.
Now he is. Like...
Now he is. Oh yeah, 100%. Though,
I guess after Neo, he was pretty much typecasted.
yeah,
Right?
though at least it's got a little bit better. Like John Wick is a more full character than Neo.
Well, was Neo ever really a character?
Yeah, see that's it. But at least John Wick is.
Yeah.
Fun fact:
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves has said he will make as many John Wick movies as possible.
You know what?
He really likes that character.
I love that man.
Yeah,
I love that man a lot.
I'm very glad that his one goal in life is to make more John Wick movies.
That's fine. If he likes doing it, then that's
I
fine.
pump out the John Wick movies. I want to watch my yearly like Christmas John Wick movie.
As long as they are super cool action and good old fashioned gunfights that are
Yeah,
awesome,
exactly.
then keep on making them, Mr. Keanu.
Reeves.
Mr. Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it starts with Bill and Ted, who are in a band.
Yeah.
And it's just the two of them.
Wild Stallions.
Yes, the Wild Stallions, and it's just the two of them, and they suck
Yeah, they are really bad.
at everything.
Well, yeah. Bad at video, bad at filming, bad at playing, bad at basic electronics too. Pretty much bad at everything they try to do.
Yes, they almost set the house on fire. They screw up the video, and then they have a debate on whether or not they should work on their video,
Yeah.
work on recruiting Van Halen, or learn how to play their instruments.
And it's going more heavily on learning. Sorry, not learning how to play their instruments, but getting Van Halen or doing a really cool video.
Yes.
So, and you know what? This is just great because that is totally how people kind of, if they jump into music or anything
Oh,
like that.
absolutely.
Yeah, especially during that time, like the 80s. By the way, 1988. But this is totally how those people would react and do things. So, totally in it. I get it.
Oh man, yeah. That. So they, have this little debate, and then the next day they go to school,
Yeah.
and it's revealed that they are failing history. How that is the one class they are failing is beyond me.
Maybe they failed every other class, but this is like the final. This is like if you fail history, you are kicked out of this school. Maybe that's like the final
Yeah,
straw.
I've had some hard history teachers.
I mean, he seemed like pretty nice about
He
it.
did. He actually seemed like a fine history teacher.
Yeah.
My one complaint is that his last assignment seemed overly broad.
Well, you know what? How can you not introduce like 28 historical
Yeah,
dudes if it's not broad, my friend?
yeah. Well, okay. Look, our freshman year in college, I
Yeah.
had one history professor who, after that, did not work at Assumption. He was really bad, and his syllabus was fucking wild
Uh,
because it had reading out two books, and they were both wildly different time frames,
okay.
and they were completely unrelated to his lectures.
Oh, so what was the point?
I don't know,
Oh,
but like legit. Oh, and he had Blackboard on Blackboard. He had all these PowerPoints about what he was doing,
right.
but it would never have like any interesting or relevant information. It would just say like Cleopatra, and then have her birth and death date, and like a picture of a bust of her.
Oh, so something you
And
or
then it
me
would,
could do in middle school.
and then it had the next one, a map of Egypt.
Oh, nice, nice. In case you need it.
It was like this is so stupid.
Here's Cairo.
And I think we only had like 2 grades in the entire class. One was the last paper, and here was it: write a paper about anything before I forget what year. It's like 1700.
You know what? I appreciate the vagueness of that
Yeah,
because
that's
I would write about something I was interested in.
literally I wrote about the I forgot why I was into this at the time, but I really just liked going to underappreciated like generals.
Oh, okay.
Like, and the other thing I was like, what the hell were the Muslims doing in the Crusades?
Yeah,
Because like I never learned that.
yeah. It was always more about the Crusaders.
Yeah, then I was like, who's this Saladin guy?
Yeah, yeah,
Which, by the way, if you ever want to dig into like an interesting person, Saladin.
yeah. I don't know. I'm more of a red lion kind of guy, the
Fair.
Lionheart.
Yeah, Saladin's fucking badass.
Fair enough. Um, yeah. So they're failing history and possibly every other course too.
Yes, and they have another super open assignment where they have to do an oral presentation, and from the other ones we saw, and it can go anywhere from like Lincoln to Marie Antoinette.
And what they think of where they are living currently.
Yes, whatever that high school is.
San Andreas or something like that. Yeah.
Something California.
Something in California. But yeah.
And of course, they're freaking out about this a little bit, mostly because Ted's father is threatening to send him to an Alaskan military school.
As he deserves for failing. Gonna isolate you in Alaska with no friends. Which it seems he only has Bill as a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this guy needs more special education than discipline, really.
Well, I mean, he did steal the car keys.
Sort of.
Yeah, he did. He technically
Yeah,
did.
he technically did.
Yeah. And he did kidnap several people, Ted.
Yeah, that okay. Never mind. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs a little bit of discipline.
So
I don't know.
this is where the whole I wasn't really paying attention to this movie the first time I saw it. I thought so the first person they kind of
inadvertently
collect
You collect. That's a good way to say it.
is
Oh, before we get there,
oh yes,
by the way, Ted, how old is your mom?
she would prefer if I didn't say.
Okay. How old is Bill's mom in this?
19.
Yes. And they make so many jokes about that. It's fantastic.
Yes, so it's his stepmom,
Yeah.
and they
Remember when I asked her out to prom, dude?
yeah.
Shut up, Ted.
Her name's Missy,
Yeah.
And
and his dad's a creep.
yeah, his dad married a 19-year-old.
Yeah, and then guess where he had sex with that 19-year-old girl?
In Bill's room.
Yeah, radical, dude. So this movie has a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Before we get there, though, they do meet a character that introduces them to the time machine.
Yes, so
Mr. Rufus, played by Mr. George Carlin.
that's why it looked familiar.
Yes. Okay, there you go. I'm
Oh,
glad. I'm glad now you realized it. That's good.
yeah, I knew I saw him somewhere. He was a screensaver of like one of his diatribes was a screensaver of mine at one point.
Aren't you glad you revisited this movie, Ted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's such a good comedian.
Yeah, he is.
He's
great.
dead, right?
Yes, he's wicked dead.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
He is in the second movie though, which is nice.
There's a second.
Yeah. There's 3.
Is the third one like new?
Yes, third one is new.
Okay, I knew that one. I thought that was the second. What's the second one?
It's Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure.
What do they do? Go to outer space?
So, Ted, guess what we're watching next time?
Okay. Oh, that'd be perfect for the games.
Yes. So we'll
Welcome
keep it
to
on
our
it.
4-part series on
Yeah.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures.
Oh well, it might even be. Well, I don't know if we want
Welcome
to
to our
watch.
6-part series.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll see how the second one goes if we want to watch the third one.
That's
I don't know.
very fair.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the second one is awful.
Second one's great. I love it more
Oh,
than the first one.
Really?
Yeah, it's great.
What about the third one?
I haven't seen the third one,
Oh.
so that'd be a new experience for both you and me.
All right. So Rufus is going to help them
Yeah.
with his time traveling phone booth.
Yeah, a la Doctor Who.
Yes, but it's not a phone booth; it's a police box in Doctor Who.
Yes, but I can see where the inspiration
Yes,
came
absolutely.
from. Yeah.
And he first brings them to
Are there any rules regarding this phone booth, Ted?
very few.
Yeah.
First off, time still flows in their current timeline.
Yes. So regardless of whether or not they stop at a time or a certain time point, the clock is always running.
Yes, so as they experience time, so too when they return to their present day, that much time shall have elapsed.
Yes. Okay. So we got that down.
Don't think about that too much; it gets screwed up later in the movie.
It gets like really screwed up later, which is fine.
Yeah. Besides that, don't mess with the antenna on the roof of it.
Yeah, and which I don't even know how it got messed with in the first place.
It doesn't really show you.
No.
And you have to dial in a number in a phone booth to get to any particular time.
And they have like those nice, what are those things called? Oh,
Yellow
yes, phone
pages.
books. Yes. Or Yellow Pages, where they have all those different time periods, and they're nice and giant glossy ones where you can like, oh, you want to go to France in the 1800s? Oh, here we are. But I like that a lot. That's fun.
Yeah, I miss phone booths.
Yeah.
Not phone booths, phone books.
Phone books, yes.
Phone booths, I don't think I ever used one.
I don't think I ever had the opportunity to use one because I never had the spare change.
Yeah, I've used a payphone all of 4 times.
Yeah, I mean,
And 3 of them were literally jokes.
well, like, were you just like pranking somebody?
So I was at a bank I was guarding at the time. Where was it? It was in one of the weirder named districts of Boston.
Not like Jamaica Plains or anything.
I think it was Ruggles.
Why don't you like the Wiggles?
Yeah, but I actually quite like Ruggles. And what there's just one payphone out in the parking lot.
As you do.
So I decided, of course, to just call some random friends of mine with it.
Oh, nice. Okay. If you call someone from a payphone, where does it come up as?
I don't know. I don't remember what they said.
I think would it just be the area code of where you're calling from?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if we can even figure that out now. So,
I think that payphone's still there.
all right. Call me from there and I'll see. Hopefully it's not like from Florida, it says on my phone for whatever reason.
I think I'd call you ahead of time on my cell
Oh
phone.
yeah, call me on the cell phone first, and then call me on the payphone. We live in truly a modern society, my friend.
Ever watch Futurama where the
Oh, the suicide box?
No, not what I was going for.
Oh, okay.
At one point, in later episode, there's a payphone, and one of the characters, Hermes, says, "Oh, phones come in boost now. Finally, I can stop lugging around the cell phone." And just throws his cell phone in the trash.
That's really good. I like that a lot.
All right,
Phones
so
come in boots now. Ah, fantastic.
yeah, so Rufus brings them back to Vienna, where you see Napoleon at work.
Yep. Doing what he does, which is killing people.
Yeah, and they flee from Napoleon before he shoots them all.
What was their plan?
I don't know. I think Rufus was just showing him
That you could go to
Yeah.
this time period, I guess?
yes,
Okay.
and unfortunately, Napoleon gets blown into the time vortex,
Yes, that the time machine left behind there for whatever reason. But, yeah.
and he gets plopped out in a tree.
Yep.
So now they have to deal with Napoleon, and Rufus leaves.
So, and then comes the idea that, hey, we already have one historical dude. His name's Napoleon. Let's just collect all the other historical dudes, and let's do a report like that there, Ted.
Which, okay, look, like I said, I did not think that's how this would happen. I thought it was all they either all came willingly or they all came like Napoleon did, where it was all accidents.
No.
No, they just kidnapped people.
That won't screw up the timeline whatsoever.
Apparently not.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Which either means A, this was already going to happen, or B, the timeline's way more flexible than we have been led to believe.
So, you know what I love? I love you saying that the timeline's way more flexible than you think, because that goes very deep into the end of the movie where it gets wicked flexible that they can just do anything at the drop of a hat.
Apparently they can, though.
Yeah, I mean, Ted, technically I could if going by their logic, you could just go in and rob a bank, and you'd be fine because you would have everything planned out to where, okay, I need to do this at this particular moment. Okay, I'll tell myself to do this in the future of myself doing this, and then it'll happen, and it does. Which is the weirdest part of that.
Nope. So here's what happens. If that didn't happen, that means, oh, nope, this plan goes south and I need to get out of here.
Yeah, so I guess maybe this is the perfect timeline where they might have said something else or did something differently, and then they had to use the time machine to go back in time and change that. And this is just the ultimate perfect route.
It's like the
speed run.
It's like to the Back to the Future thing where Doc Brown comes out last second to save Marty.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But he probably fucked it up the first 20 or 50 times. Just watch Marty die horribly.
Yeah.
A while until he eventually got it.
That's kind of sad now you say it. All right. That's
very
kind of
Rick
really
and Morty-esque when it's like that.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, not a big fan of Rick and Morty.
It went downhill for me pretty quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
I binge watched the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Or first 3, I don't really remember. And then apparently a new one came out, and I just did not care enough to watch it.
I mean, it's gotten to a point, and I don't know what the viewers or listeners think about Rick and Morty. I just it got so overhyped.
It's one of those very few. Normally, I think that, or maybe it's not for me because I live under a rock.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't really affect me much.
Right.
But even then, everyone seemed to be obsessed about my least favorite episode.
Oh, the pickle one?
Yeah, I didn't know that was a meme.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and I legitimately thought that was the low point of the series.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, how did this get this much love and not interdimensional cable?
Yeah, I agree. It's so weird to me too, just because I've seen so many of those episodes, or not episodes, those people putting the tattoo of Pickle Rick on them. And I'm thinking that's such a low point or low entry point for a tattoo.
Yeah.
I get it that they're probably all drunk, but I still don't like it. I think it's really bad. It's a bad look, man.
Yeah, I've only seen one media tattoo recently I wanted to get.
Oh, what's that?
It's from the Codex Alara books. It just says Battle Crows.
Oh, that's really cool. I see.
That's
actually cool.
It has a kind of Aquila symbol blackened by lightning, like there's in the book.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, which is a badass thing.
Yeah. Okay, so taking of tattoos just for a moment before we get back to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
What source of media, cartoon, would you get a tattoo from?
A cartoon?
Specifically a cartoon.
Anime included or no?
No, we'll just say like American cartoon. They'll like narrow it down by quite a bit.
Yeah, that does.
If you had to get one.
It gets kind of sappy.
Well, yeah, it's fine.
Like, my grandmother really liked the Madeline thing, so I'd probably have got one for her.
That's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the only cartoon
That you'd really like do that with, I
Yeah.
guess. All right. Oh God, I think I this is probably a terrible idea, which it is, but I would get Daggett from Angry Beavers.
Oh,
And I'd just like get him on somewhere that people wouldn't see ever if I had to get one.
you got a Daggett Tate tattoo?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, Kevin, I just realized something.
That or Norbit.
That's better.
Is Norbit better because I like Daggett?
Oh no, I think Norbert would make a better tattoo.
Oh, then because like the coloring.
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, speaking of which, I just realized you are wearing possibly the most overhyped movie of all time shirt.
Are you talking about my Elf shirt, my
Yes.
friend? I love Elf. So
yeah, I don't know what I'm saying, but it is possibly the most overhyped movie of all time.
Most overhyped Christmas movie.
That's okay. That I can agree to that compromise.
Yeah, I think like I got kind of sick of it, like watching it almost like every year on repeat for forever.
Yeah.
So I would rather watch like I don't know, It's a Wonderful Life or any of the
That's
other.
a very good one.
Yeah.
I prefer my claymation ones.
Oh
I
yeah,
love the claymation Christmas movies.
yeah, those are great. Yeah.
Miracle on 34th Street, the old one.
Oh, not the new one.
Fuck the new one. Go for the old. If it's not black and white, I'm not interested.
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. If they had to have made like a remake of The Wonderful Life. I don't ever want to see it.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see any of those old movies remade. That's
I really hate remakes of movies. This is
Oh.
on principle.
yeah.
Like, I'm always a little bit pissed when they do it. Like, I saw a Facebook post years ago. It's stop making remakes of good movies. Start making remakes of awful movies that could have been better.
You know what we watched couple more than a couple weeks ago, but a little while ago was like The Thing.
Yeah.
And that was a remake of a terrible 1950s movie.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, it was a great idea, and the movie was
Yeah.
awesome.
Like, let me put it this way: if I had to pick don't remake Mulan, remake Aragon.
That's actually a very smart idea. Remake Artemis Fowl.
Yeah, fucking remake Artemis Fowl in the worst way. God, that's like last year new.
I don't want to watch that for the podcast. I just want to watch that with you.
Look, I'm not gonna
And we
lie.
can just talk about it during our week.
The book's still kind of new in my brain.
Okay. So it's gonna be much more disappointing if you see the movie.
It has to be a little longer. Okay.
Okay.
So one more tangent. I'm stopped just because we're talking about books now.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a series called the Collapsing Empire series.
Okay.
And it's a fairly new sci-fi series. It's like 3 years old.
Yeah.
And it's very good and very funny. It's not a comedy, but it's definitely funny. But the narrator is both the best and worst thing about it.
Okay, so like nailing the tone in different ways.
Does a great job. But when I did the Dresden Files,
Yeah,
it's narrated by the guy who played Spike on Buffy.
Oh, okay.
Which totally fits perfectly.
Yeah, phenomenal. Yeah.
And this new kind of tongue-in-cheeky, occasionally, but also sort of serious
Yeah.
sci-fi book,
Right,
is narrated by Will Wheaton.
Oh, I see.
Now, this gets weird because I know what he looks like.
Yeah, I also know what he looks like. Yeah.
And it gets a bit odd when Will Wheaton's narrating fucking himself.
That had to be interesting. Just like in the sound booth.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? And I'll say this entirely because I don't like Will Wheaton. I bet he enjoyed it.
Yeah, he does a good job narrating. I'm not gonna knock him too much, but it's the first time. It's like
Not a big fan.
like I've never watched Buffy more than the first episode.
Okay, right.
But when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's an excellent choice for narration.
Okay, I see.
And I can understand why they picked Will Wheaton for this. There's literally a spaceship called Princess in Another Castle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's right up his alley.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, there's a Dresden Files reference hidden there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Nice. My main thing. Separate tangent. Continuing off the book thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Will Wheaton. Mainly because I just don't like his certain view on Star Trek nowadays.
I don't know what it is.
So have you seen Picard?
No.
He's sold out for Picard. That show sucks. I hate it so much.
Yeah. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a decent Trekkie. I have George Takei's autograph in my attic.
Nice.
I have talked to my other big Trekkie fans,
Yep.
and I've heard at best mixed things
About Picard.
about Picard, about Discovery.
I'm not a big fan of STDs. Star Trek Discoveries.
It'd just be Discovery.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of STDs either, though.
Yeah. So that's Yeah. All right. Back to this movie. So,
Back to
anyways,
this movie, yeah. So-
ironically, could have been a Star Trek episode with all these historical figures and everything.
Dudes.
Yeah. Yeah. So Socrates, of course, who just eventually describes life as saying going through an hourglass. Some of
Yeah.
the days of their lives. They go to the Wild West and kidnap, interesting enough, one of my ancestors.
Yep. Mr. McCarty himself there.
Yeah, Billy the Kid.
Yep.
Real name was Henry McCarty, by the way.
Yep.
Now, not to be too self-deprecating, but Billy the Kid, the actor, not nearly ugly enough.
Yep. Okay. I remember you saying that during the movie.
He was a notoriously ugly man.
Well, to be fair, he did not pick up any chicks at the mall.
True, but still, it's like I have seen the slack-jawed, probably broken nose pictures of Billy the Kid.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say there is no family resemblance because that would be a lie. Especially,
Are you related to Socrates as well?
not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge. Socrates also not nearly ugly enough. That being said, this movie calling him Socrates instead of Socrates is the only reason I can spell Socrates.
Yeah, because it's
spelled Socrates.
Yeah, it is spelled Socrates. That's true. So what I love about this movie as well, they do pick up like several other figures as well.
Yeah, Genghis Khan,
Sigmund Freud, Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc's hilarious.
Joan of Arc is pretty funny because it's like in church.
Yeah, so it's a young Joan of Arc, early in her story.
Yeah.
And she's praying in a chapel with her sword and everything, staring across, and then lightning flashes and men appear in a strange booth and extend a hand to her.
Well, exactly like when God extends his hand to Adam. Yeah, the exact same. I love that. That's great.
Yeah,
that's funny. That was very funny.
But I don't know. That was the one time I honestly kind of felt insulted when they lured Genghis Khan in with a Twinkie.
Well, you know what? I thought it was funny.
Oh yeah.
And he destroys that mannequin.
Yeah. Sigmund Freud, they just kind of grab and shove him in there, don't he?
Well, Billy the Kid uses his lasso.
A lasso.
Yeah.
A fun fact: if you're actually into that, it's called roping. If you say,
oh, that's how you get roped into things.
Yes, but if you
that makes
say
sense.
if you're like, oh, you're gonna lasso, or I want to lasso, clearly you've never done anything with it. They all call it rope.
Okay, that's fine. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, they flat out just pick up Beethoven during a performance.
And what's great too is that he doesn't hear anything going on.
Yeah, well, he's deaf.
Yeah, I know. That's a funny thing. It's just like a funny little gag to have in there.
Yeah, because everyone else is clearly seeing it. They just go over, pick him up, bring him out.
Yeah. He's like, whoa.
They go back to Henry VIII's time.
Yeah, and they do not pick up Henry VIII because he's an ugly dude.
Yes. However,
unlike
they
Socrates,
do try to pick up some
princesses.
What do they call it? Babes.
Historical babes.
Historical babes.
Dude, I went through time for you. You're my historical babe.
All right, so
Reminds me like this is just Trevor the episode.
Yeah, basically. We have to really go into the Henry VIII, though, because possibly the funniest part of the movie happens in this.
Oh, God, yes. You laughed so hard at that.
Oh, man. So they go into the Henry VIII's castle, and they put on some knight armor.
Yeah, they sneak in. I don't even know how they sneak in.
Yeah,
but they
I
sneak
don't remember how they did that, but they're in, and they put on knight armor and start sword fighting.
Yeah, and they make some Star Wars jokes, which is kind of fun. But then our good friend Ted, our good great friend Ted, he gets pushed down the stairs by Bill accidentally.
Yes, and you see him painstakingly go down the stairs in full plate armor.
Yeah.
Which, Man, that must have sucked.
I'm surprised he's not dead.
Yeah, it's a spirally staircase too.
Yeah.
And you get to the bottom, and you see the King's Guard goes up to the prone body of armor and just stabs him in the chest.
Yeah. It was like right through like a knife through butter.
Yeah, me and Kevin had a discussion whether or not this was a display piece of armor.
I would love to think so, because otherwise that is really weak ass armor.
Alternatively, that's a badass sword.
Oh, that too. It's either the armor's not so great, or the sword's amazing. So I would prefer a world where the sword is amazing.
Yeah, that's a +3 sword right there.
And that's a +3 sword right there. Ah, Justin wants that all day. He wants that +3 sword.
I'll take one.
Yeah,
Screw my character's conceit. You give me a +3 sword, I'll play. I don't care if he has.
You get a blunderbuss and you'll like it.
Oh, I'll get a blunderbuss. Awesome.
You have to buy it
though. Yeah. So, Bill runs around a little bit, and he eventually, he defeats a guy in a sword fight.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And by that I mean, with help, because he falls down. He's about to get stabbed too, and then Ted comes out from nowhere and just takes like a big turkey leg and just smacks the guy in the back of the head.
Yep.
And Bill's like, "What happened? I thought you said that." I was like, "Oh no, dude! I fell out of my armor." And I don't know why that hit me so hard.
It was great, just because he fell down all those steps and somehow, some way of the armor. Yeah, it was just so loose fitting that it just somehow he just like whip and just like slipped on out of there.
Well, the armor was perfectly
aligned. Yeah, like just perfectly latched on it down there on the ground.
Oh my god, I laughed so much.
That was a great scene. I love that.
Yeah, that was probably the highlight of the movie. Though I do like when they do make two other interesting stops.
Yeah.
One to the future.
Yes.
Where they meet the society that they accidentally
inspired.
Create. Yeah. Where they give some inspirational quotes and are kind of like shown off with reverence. They do the kind of the guitar,
the air guitar thing.
Yeah. Interesting enough, that kind of reminded me of Final Fantasy X.
Oh, like the blitzball,
yeah,
like
the make the symbol and thing, which means like victory.
Yeah.
Got changed into like a
prayer. Religious prayer thing. That is Actually, when you say that, that reminds me of this a lot, actually. And that turned out to be like a hoax religion that was just covering up sin. But but hopefully this is real.
By the way, if you ever want to really dig into Final Fantasy for some reason, symbolism in Final Fantasy X is ridiculously deep.
Yes, it is,
and it keeps going down. Like the rabbit hole is endless.
It's pretty deep, I gotta say. Oh, Jet.
Yeah. Oh man, sorry, I'm thinking of Final Fantasy X now. All right.
I love the light novel where Titus' head gets blown off his body and he talks to Yuna on a beach. Yeah. You like the dress spheres?
I have mixed feelings about that game, actually.
Okay, good. All right. So anyway, so they collect all their historical dudes.
Yep. But that being said, they accidentally hurt the antenna on their phone booth, so they make a pit stop in prehistoric times.
Yeah, 1 million BC, I think.
Chew some gum.
Yeah, and have a bunch of like pudding cans.
Yeah, I was confused by that. Maybe it's a 80s thing.
I don't know, honestly.
I thought it was gum they were chewing, but maybe it was like...
They had... Okay, so they gave out like a bunch of like pudding, like... It's like those metal tins, I guess.
I don't know what that was.
Just like metal tins of pudding, and they also gave them gum. And then they fixed the antenna by putting a bunch of metal tin cans on it from the pudding, and gluing together with like the gum a piece that fell off.
Yeah, exactly. What could go wrong?
Nothing, apparently. It went fine. They were fine. Meanwhile, Ted, what about their first historical dude, Mr. Napoleon?
So Napoleon was kind of put to chill with Bill's younger brother?
Yeah. Was it? No. It's Ted's younger brother.
Ted's younger brother. Who decides...
Deacon is his name.
Deacon. Who brings him out for ice cream.
Like a Chuck E. Cheese place.
Yes, where he eats all of it and then is called a pig in like a corporate manner and give it a patch.
I love how like they do like the pig thing, and then they just like they go right up to his face and do like the thing where you
Yeah, put
yeah
your
where you lift up your nose so you look like a pig, I guess, just right into his face. And they give him his badge of honor.
yes, which they put
He's
right
the
above
king
his
pig.
medals.
Yes, he's the king pig, which is great.
Yeah, Napoleon was never a king.
Right, of course.
He was an emperor.
He was emperor pig. Sorry.
Yeah. He invited the Pope to his coronation and then crowned himself.
Okay, fantastic. What a smart man.
And one of the ultimate dick moves in history.
Yeah,
Though it was probably pre-planned by both. But
I mean, yeah, probably, but that's how that go.
yeah. Then they bring him bowling, where he thoroughly embarrasses himself.
And he also cheats. He messes with the score, so
Yeah,
he's only got like a 43, and everyone else is like 112 or something.
Yeah, so he quickly adds a 1.
To his 43. Yeah. So what have we learned about Napoleon so far, my friend?
Napoleon's an asshole.
Yeah, and then they abandon him.
Yeah. Now, Kevin,
Yeah.
what does Napoleon do after he was abandoned?
Well, what would I do if I was Napoleon and I was in San Juan or like California?
Waterloo!
And he goes to an amusement park.
Yeah, by the way, you've probably been to one of these. It's one of those water parks where there are a total of 5 slides.
Hey, that's impressive.
Yeah, 3 of them are enclosed and loopy. 2 of them are not.
Yeah, 2 of them are not.
Those tend to be steeper and faster.
Yep,
And he finds out he loves doing this to the point where he gladly cuts kids in line and has arguments with them to do it as many times as possible.
you know what? My favorite part of Napoleon's probably that.
Yeah, also, I'm pretty sure Napoleon would avoid Waterloo at all costs. Also,
Funny.
if you ever get the chance to go to Waterloo, don't.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Ted. All right.
Just generally avoid Wallonia if possible.
Okay.
Fucking Walloons.
All right, fair enough. So we have that. They find Napoleon again, but unfortunately, all the historical dudes they acquired are all getting into trouble at a mall. Apparently.
Yes, they left them at the mall to look for Napoleon with ices and told them to stay still.
Yeah, and only one who looks like even semi-responsible is Abraham Lincoln, who also got taken, by the way. Forgot to mention him.
Okay, Abraham Lincoln was bullshit, though.
Well, how so? Like,
so he goes to like a photography booth.
Yeah.
Gets his photo taken, and then the guy insists that he gives back the Abraham Lincoln hat and beard.
Oh, his stupid hat and beard.
Which he had when he walked in.
So to be fair to him, I'll say this: maybe the scenario was that he walked in, and then like the guy that was like taking the picture or whatever, like is a separate guy from the costume.
I suppose.
So could be the case. Then he just like sat down, Abraham Lincoln picture, and then he says like, "Well, I'll take back the beard and the stupid hat, please." He's like, "No, this is my beard and my stupid hat."
Yeah, I feel like this is something you could just yank on the.
Yeah, it's my beard. But like, the hat was very important.
I know a few guys who are mall Santas, and that's when like they pride themselves with the beard.
Yes, and not having a fake beard. Exactly.
Yeah, if you're a mall Santa, you really want a real beard, because you will have it yanked. And while it's a little bit annoying for that to happen, it's way better than the alternative.
Yeah. You know what? Fair enough. So big thing with that is that Beethoven's rocking out. He gets arrested for disturbing the peace, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose. Joan of Arc takes over an aerobics class.
Yeah, and just like shoves a woman aside.
Yeah, which, by the way, no one ever just like shouts out, "Hey, where's this little girl's parents?"
Yeah, no one does that. Also, we have our good friend, your relative Billy the Kid, Mr. McCarty.
Yep, who's with Socrates.
And he always has a gun on him.
Yes.
At all times.
Like a good McCarty
does. And honestly, the only one that should have been arrested is probably him and Genghis Khan.
Yeah, because Billy the Kid at one point shoots a gun in the air.
Yeah, as you do.
But him and Socrates are trying to pick up chicks.
That's true. And then one of my favorite jokes in the film, Mr. Sigmund Freud pops up as the third wheel. And do you want me? He's like holding a corn dog, of course. Do you want me to psychoanalyze you? And his corn dog is sticking straight up, as it would. And as soon as they start like rejecting him, his corn dog drifts down south to the ground. I love this movie.
Yeah, that was a good little bit. Once again, I'm just gonna say now the whole cigar is just a cigar line
Yeah,
is a lie.
he never said that.
He never said that.
Good fake quote though.
It's a great fake quote.
Yeah, I love great fake quotes.
Yeah, but
Mr. Alex Jones knows that a lot.
but yeah, all I can think of with that is like, man, he already said some weird shit. Don't quote him on the actual shit he said.
Well, I think people are trying to defend Sigmund Freud with that quote.
No, people are making fun of him with that. It's
Oh, okay.
mostly that he is dismissing his own claims of sexuality and expressing it by saying, "Oh, it's a cigar."
Yeah.
It's like he refuses to apply it to himself.
Oh, okay, I see. That's interesting. Okay.
To my knowledge, no one has ever actually brought up his cigars to him. And having read his, by the way, don't read Sigmund Freud. It's fucking awful. His own thing, he would probably make some bullshit excuse that it's him showing his dominance over other men by having a phallus.
Or a phallic symbol.
Yeah. Also,
yeah.
There's some weird things like it's like yes, the ultimate symbol of the phallus is a sword.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah. I never got that though.
Oh, I kind of understand it from a prospect of like it has a sheath.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Actually, vagina comes from the Latin word for sheath.
See, that makes a lot more sense when you think about it a little bit more.
What's it? Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, maybe.
Yeah. Not complete BS, man. Just most things.
It's just most things.
Yeah, which is fine.
That being said, there is an interesting photo with him later.
Oh God, yeah. So before we get to there, they're all rounded up and sent to the jail. Which, surprisingly enough, good old Ted, he he has his dad who works as a police officer, and I'm guessing maybe he's the chief. I don't know.
He's not a chief. I don't think so.
Yeah.
He's high up there, but I don't think he's the chief.
Yeah, but either way, he goes there, rounds up everybody. He arrests Abraham Lincoln, which he knows how to spell Lincoln. Thank you. Just saying. And one of the big things as well is that all these guys are in the jail. It's looking pretty dire for Ted. They have like their presentation they have to give at like 2:45. It's like 2:15. They have to get there, but all their historical dudes are in bars right now. So what are they going to do, Ted?
Well, okay, so they're going to break him out, but they need help from themselves in the future.
Yep, and the only person that can help you is yourself, is what I've learned from this film.
Yes.
And a time machine.
So, obviously, like, Ted does things like, apparently in the future, goes back in time and steals his dad's car keys.
Yes, he does.
And, puts a recording of them to distract him and sends them a fax to themselves telling them to hide.
And also that they love them and, keep on rocking.
And most importantly, and this one I'm still trying to figure out, has a trash can fall from the ceiling directly over his father.
Yes, okay.
Which made me wonder if them from the future is literally on the roof.
Or the ceiling.
Yeah, or like maybe in like an air duct.
Okay, so maybe, hear me out. Okay, so here's what happened. We have a scenario where one of the Teds from earlier set up so that it was on top of the door that he entered.
That would work.
And then the door closed, and then the trash can fell on top of him.
Actually, no, it doesn't, because there was a good 30-second delay.
Time.
Yeah, so maybe they do a Rube Goldberg machine.
S machine, and we just didn't get to see it.
Yeah.
I would love that. Like,
that would be amazing.
Yeah, it was like a Pee Wee Herman style machine that just like set up for everything, and then the trash can falls. I would love to see that. That would have been great. Probably not on the budget though.
Yeah. Oh man, that would have been great.
Yeah.
But they do escape. They get back to the presentation.
Yeah, with good old Bill's mom, Millie.
Bill's mom's got it going on.
Yeah, she does. She's like 19. It's crazy. All right. Anyway, so we go from there, and they do the presentation.
Yes, which involves sort of the stage goes black.
Yep.
Billy the kid MCs and introduces
Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted,
his two best friends who saved his life from dying.
Yes. By the way, yes, Billy the Kid does shoot a gun in a school.
Yeah, well, just to get their attention, and also to make them clap. You better clap. You better start clapping. I have a gun.
He doesn't do that though.
No, he doesn't. But I think it was implied with his actions. I would listen to him. I'd start clapping.
I'd have if Billy the Kid came up, I would have questions.
Like, how are you? And who'd you have sex with?
How do you feel the fact that there's an occasional debate in Texas whether or not to pardon you till this day?
Um, that's a good. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, by the way,
where's Alex Jones stand on that?
I have no idea. My stance is
No.
no. Okay, one, why is this a debate? Two, he killed people.
Well, a lot of people did back then.
Yeah. Well, yes and no, but the Wild West was not that wild.
Yeah, it was the West though.
Yeah, it was mostly let's scrape by.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
only like 4 real like terrible people that actually did like the shooting sprees. He was one of them.
Yeah. Well, okay. As much as we love to romanticize the past and old kind of historical figures, even if they're like Al Capone, those have been romanticized up to God knows how much.
Literally, I visited his house at one point.
Yeah, you weren't like the Al Capone vault. So there was this giant vault that Al Capone had, which they weren't allowed to open for whatever legal reasons for so many years and everything. And then they got a whole news team together, filmed the whole entire thing of where we're finally going to open Al Capone's vault. It's going to have a bunch of like secrets in there. I bet it's going to have a bunch of like gold and like a bunch of treasure and like whatever. And they opened the vault, it was completely empty. It was like the biggest nothing burger in history. Which I love.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Yeah, it was. He was the newscaster at the time was super disappointed. He was really hoping for a lot.
Can you imagine like being the newscaster who thinks that's his big break? Like, oh man, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
People are gonna be watching this for decades. It's gonna be amazing. What the fuck?
This is like my moon landing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and nope.
Yeah, but like, imagine if the opposite was full of skeletons.
That would be great. That'd be like from then on, be the haunted Al Capone.
Yeah,
salt.
like there were so many cool things I could have been.
Yeah, could have been like it would have been better just to leave it locked.
Yeah, the mystery would have been better.
Yeah, it's like Area 51. Just leave it alone.
Speaking of mysteries,
yeah,
I've still tried to figure out how they passed this class because
you got an A+.
Yeah, because most of the people don't really talk much about themselves, or anything about history, and they only give about a sentence or two blurb. The only person that goes to depth is Sigmund Freud, who psychoanalyzes Ted, explains how his father is really putting all his fears of failure onto Ted.
Yeah.
And Bill admits that he's probably fine, except a minor Oedipus complex. Which, by the way, his stepmother is in the audience.
Yeah, she is.
And hears this and knows what it means.
Yeah, which is great. You know what? I love that. That's a great little Sigmund Freud-esque joke.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. To go from there, eventually, they round it all out. Billy the Kid doesn't have much to say, really. But that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think you have much to add, really.
I cheated in cards a lot. I murdered 23 people and stole a bunch of saddles.
Yep. Okay, next presentation, please.
Yeah, it ends with Abraham Lincoln.
As it should. I think it should. 7 minutes ago.
Yeah, they all say goodbye. They get loud applause. Beethoven plays them all off.
Yep. And they go back in the time machine and go back to their times where they all die tragic deaths. Except for Genghis Khan, I think.
Yeah, I think Genghis Khan pretty much just dies of old age.
Yeah, everybody except for Genghis Khan goes out of this pretty well off, actually. And Sigmund Freud.
I have no idea how Sigmund Freud dies.
I don't think it's anything tragic.
I'm literally going to look up Sigmund Freud death real quick.
Yep, and see what pops up. Died from smoking.
Honestly, given both him and his time period, he probably got syphilis.
Yeah. Kind of sad, though.
Not when and where. I don't care.
How is the big question. Yes,
That's
how?
cause. There we go.
Yeah.
So he had an inoperable cancerous tumor in his eye that went down into his cheek,
Ah,
and he eventually begged one of his friends to give him a lethal dose of morphine to end his suffering. However, this was at 83, so it's not like he didn't live a full life up to that point.
I know, but having your full life there and then having the last few moments of your life in terrible pain until you had that morphine shot, of course.
Yeah, I mean, the probably last few minutes were great.
Yeah. God, that sucks. God.
Yeah, it's like, at one point I looked up how Mr. Rogers died, and I was really, it's like, oh, come on.
I'm good on that. It's probably something terrible with cancer, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good on that then.
Yeah.
It's sad. But to maybe lift ourselves back up here. Rufus comes back into the scenario.
Yes, and brings back two princesses.
Yeah.
They're historical babes.
Yeah, and then I guess they're legally theirs now. I suppose. Like, I don't know how else to describe that, Ted.
I don't think anything's legally about it. They hit on someone, they apparently liked them, and then Rufus said, hey, I'm going to bring you to their timeline.
Yeah, here they are.
Great, you're members of this band now.
Yeah.
And then Rufus plays the guitar for them.
Yep, and he's awesome.
Gets them to sign a CD of themselves.
Which that's got to be worth like a lot of
that's like
credits.
Yeah.
Or I don't even know if money exists in the future.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what a good example of this is, and I really can't. George Washington signed a dollar bill.
Yeah, or that episode of like Star Trek where Picard, I think it's like I forget what that guy's name is, but he goes back into the past, takes a bunch of like old like weaponry and equipment and stuff. Takes it just to sell it back into like a future museum.
Yeah, I remember that. There was also. I thought you were going to go to the time where they actually go to the Old West.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't Data get shot in Old West?
Yeah, but who cares? He's Data.
Yeah, that's true. He gets shot with an arrow like 1,000 times.
Yeah. Also, I mean, fun fact: you can't beat Data in poker.
No, you can't.
He has the perfect poker face and perfect odds.
True. Very, very true. I would not want to play him in poker.
No.
Or Billy the Kid, for that matter.
No, okay. This is as stupid as can be, like a nitpick.
Yeah.
They're not playing the right type of poker.
Okay, go on, Ted.
So, at that time period,
Mm-hmm.
really there weren't that many types of poker.
Okay.
And the most common type was 5-card stud.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is a type we don't play anymore because it's quite boring.
Ah, I see.
Do you know how to play this?
I know how to play 5-card stud, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite boring.
Yeah, no, I agree.
We've spruced it up. Like, if you want to play the better version of it, shotgun.
Yeah. I mean, the one I have the most experience with is Texas Hold'em.
Yes, which interesting enough is my least favorite type.
I can see why.
Yeah, 3-card draw or 7-card stud.
Yeah, it's funner.
So they are very much playing, I don't know what, because they have 5 cards in hand.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, someone's got like 3 aces, so it's fine.
Yeah. And then Rufus does claim at the end that they do in fact get better because their music is awful.
Their music is really bad. And considering it's 2 princesses from, I would say medieval Europe.
Yeah, Henry.
Yeah. So, considering that, then, not that bad, really.
Yeah, considering one of them had never seen drumsticks before she started using them.
Yeah. That was like, if that was Genghis Khan, he would try to eat them. So, that's fine.
I don't know, Genghis Khan might be using them for bashing.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the scene where he's in the football gear, and he's just, like, knocking out mall cops.
Yeah, so, Genghis Khan, this is very much a raging barbarian. He's not very smart, but he can kick some butt.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. He likes Twinkies.
He does.
All right. So, Ted, out of how many historical dudes would you rate this movie? I think there was like 8.
Out of 8?
out of 8?
8.
8 historical dudes out of
Yeah.
8? All right.
It would have to go up a digit or two before I could really put it much lower.
Okay, I see. Since I've seen this film and I have seen the second one as well, I'm going to say 7 out of 8
Oh,
because I think the second one is much better than this one. I love the second one a lot. It's one of my favorite films, and we had to watch this one first because
it's the first.
yeah, there you go, just like the Addams Family thing. But for what is it?
Teenage Mutant
Ninja
Ninja
Turtles,
Turtles.
Heroes in a. But yeah, so both agree, pretty good movie, and we recommend that you go and see it.
Yeah, one of the best ones we've done so far.
Yeah, I think so. It's either that or Event Horizon for me. I think it's one of the better ones.
That's another very good one.
All right, thank you everybody for listening, and we hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful evening, whatever time you listen to this, and we'll see you all next time.
Happy Anzac Day.
Happy what?
Anzac Day. It's Anzac Day, Kevin.
What is Anzac Day?
Anzac Day is a Memorial Day-like holiday celebrated in Australia and New Zealand about World War One.
Oh, okay. Do the Australians have a lot of stake in World War One?
So they were kind of convinced to go in by England.
Okay.
And were used very expendably.
It's like
the line used for Anzac Day is "lest we forget," because we can never let this tragedy happen again.
All right, can we all agree England sucks? I know a dude from England too. Not to be mean, but England, you suck. I'm glad you're gone.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Ireland, do your best.
Can you imagine a world in England with everyone holding hands and shit?
Oh God, yeah, no. So, well, see you all next time.
See y'all next time.
England sucks. Bye.
Bye.